Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I wanted to talk about The Walking Dead, and I actually really wanted to get into some stuff that has been sort of out there, I guess, over the last couple of days that a lot of people have been wanting me to talk about. I just wanted to get into some stuff here, and I actually have a pretty cool update, I think, or at least it's some insight into something that could potentially be happening later on. And I do really wonder if like a new Rick Grimes spinoff is actually going to be happening here. So yeah, before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. In terms of videos and stuff like that, I am, this weekend going to be doing quite a bit of videos and like pre-scheduling them. And obviously I will be doing a lot of videos, I think pretty regularly as well. I have a lot of stuff planned that I want to really get through this weekend. I've mentioned it before, but I've started school, for carpentry. So I do have quite a bit of stuff that I've been doing and all that, a lot of like homework, I guess. I'm pretty far ahead in everything. I went really far ahead just to be able to give myself the free time on the weekends and all of that. So there's a couple of extra things I got to do this weekend to get that stuff completely done so I don't have to deal with it for the remainder of the entire course and everything. And so, yeah, that's going to take some time this weekend, but I should still be able to get all my videos out and everything. And then I don't have to deal with that going forward for every single weekend. And honestly, I can get the work done, at school, and I can manage everything pretty well because I've been doing really, really great so far. And yeah, I've been managing it really well. I'm actually going to be doing a full season review of The Walking Dead in a different style. So I'm going to be picking a season, watching the whole season, and doing a full season review in a different style. And look out for that video that's going to be out in the next couple of days. I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out because I think that honestly, you guys might like it and you might want more season reviews from me for like doing that anyway. So I'm just wondering if I should start off with season 1 and then go to season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 11. I just don't know if I want to do it like that because I've honestly, whenever I've started rewatches or like reviews of everything, I've always went back to the very first season, but maybe this will be my very last time I go and do that. Like I always go back to watching the first episode, I'll review that. This is going to be more of a full season review looking at everything. And I've always wanted to do it in this style. And I actually have a way I can totally do it now where it's going to look honestly really, really incredible. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Honestly, I might just do season 1 first because there's less episodes. There'll be a little bit more to talk about and I'll be able to get it out definitely for this weekend. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But let's actually get into what I wanted to talk about here. So I've seen a lot of rumors over the last couple of days of like this, Gabriel and Aaron spinoff. And I personally didn't really believe the rumors just because it's kind of hard to again, in terms of any sort of like working on any of these spinoffs, I imagine that there's ideas out there, right? Like Gimple probably has ideas for so many spinoffs. And if you were to pick two characters like Aaron and Gabriel, that makes sense to make a spinoff on those two characters. It does. And so you could just sort of say yeah, they're working on this or whatever in this spinoff idea. And it could end up happening because that's something that does make a lot of sense. But I think that in terms of that, I just didn't really get into anything, regarding any of that because I don't really know. I just more follow the official sources right now. And I'm not saying the sources saying anything about the Aaron and Gabriel, spinoff and all that aren't official or anything like that. I just don't know too much about the sources. That's all that is. And so the one source I do follow is at TWalkingDUniverse Filming on Twitter, or I guess X. And the account says there's no active development on the Aaron Gabriel spinoff. And so I do trust this account and I think that it makes a lot of sense. But the one thing that is very interesting here is the account actually responded to somebody posting something here regarding, is there another show or something else happening beyond these two spinoffs? Because as the post says here, I'm dying for anything at this point. I mean, I think that's something that a lot of people are feeling. Dead City, honestly, 8 episodes is going to feel really great. I think once you start to promote it, and it will be happening soon, it's going to be so much fun. Everyone's going to be so excited, but there's too much of nothing after these shows air. And I don't like this strategy. I don't know if this is something that they've been trying to do more recently where it's yeah, we're going to have 1 or 2 shows out a year. Obviously, Daryl Dixon season 3 should be out later this year. They did say 2025. It's just that they are filming right now. They should be done soon. But I'm just can they have it out for later this year? I think they probably can for sure, because imagine they're done in February or early March or something, because they've been filming for a very long time and I think it's only 6 episodes, so they should be done very, very soon. Then you have 7 months or something of editing everything, and it's just 6 episodes. Also, they've been editing those first couple of episodes, I'm sure, for a very long time now, so it makes sense to me, right? I think that they do need to have a little bit more, I guess, quantity over quality. I know that is something that a lot of people say like they want quality over quantity. I think for Walking Dead fans, like you don't need the best quality for The Walking Dead in terms of like, the visuals and everything. I know sometimes it's amazing and you can still do things like that, but people love the world, and the world, when it's just very basic, it's almost the best, right? Like it's almost the best way to tell those stories for The Walking Dead, especially for like a zombie apocalypse story. So I think, yeah, you do need something else out there. You do. There's not enough out there right now, and it feels very like there should be 3 shows going on for sure. At least at a minimum 3 shows. Like we should always have something going on every couple of months, right? Like basically when this show's over, a month or 2 later, another show's going to be airing. Maybe it's a lesser show, like, there was always Fear the Walking Dead or like The Walking Dead World Beyond out there. But that was exciting. There was The Walking Dead, and then there was Fear, then there was World Beyond, and there was just so much happening. Like the world felt so alive. Everyone was so excited. Like, yes, the shows didn't do the best in terms of overall ratings, but that has nothing to do with like the budget or like the amount of episodes or anything. That really has to do with the writing and the story choices there. So I think that, yeah, they do need to come with another show here. And this will go back to the point I was saying before of somebody asked this here of at TWU Filming on Twitter or X. It's very promising. I know of a potentially Walking Dead related production coming up this summer on the East Coast. I will keep everyone updated on everything I hear. So that is really, really interesting. If there is something happening there, I do actually wonder if it's related to that scene or something that was filmed a couple of weeks ago. Again, like there's nothing there that I don't know anything about it at all. There's like no information. It was just a random thing that was filmed for like a new series, it said, and it was 1 day of filming and that was it. And I just wonder if that's going to be something for the post-credit scene for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. And so maybe if there is a new series happening here and they're going to be filming this summer, I wonder if it is like Rick Grimes Walking Dead related, and if that's going to be something where it's timed for, when the finale of Dead City Season 2 airs, it's going to be when? Like at some point in June, I'm guessing, right? So if it airs at some point in June, because if it airs in April, it can go until June. Even if it airs beginning of May, that could go until like the end of June, right? So it'll probably air somewhere around there the month before Comic-Con. They could make this big announcement, and then right away in June or July, they start filming this new series of whatever it's going to be, right? And then we get Comic-Con that, month in July or whatever. And then a couple of months later, September, maybe it's early October this year, it would be The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3. I think it's honestly going to be a really insane, like, rest of the year. Just right now, it's unfortunate that we got to wait a little bit, but we are going to get some news soon for sure. Like it's already almost February. So at this point, we're 3 months away until the show is going to premiere at the latest, right? Like the absolute latest. So I think we will get something very, very soon. There's going to be a release date announcement, a bunch of stuff. I think some promotional artwork and everything. And usually it's like 40 days beforehand, 45 days before the show premieres is where we get the like official trailer, at least based off of the recent shows, in terms of how they've been promoting their trailers and all that. It could be sooner, so we are getting to the point where the promotion's about to start. And so I do wonder, when you think of at Andy Lincoln News's tweet about Rick Grimes appearing in a different spinoff or another spinoff, if that's what's being filmed later this year, if it is something related to Rick Grimes. It's really interesting. Like this post here made me kind of wonder, like, I do wonder if it is related in some way. Maybe it's not, maybe it's an entirely new spinoff just filmed, I guess doing something different. I don't know what the story would be overall. But if it's an original spinoff, honestly, I'm also really, really excited about that. I've been saying for a very long time, I want an original series to air and have newer characters and just to make this world feel really great. Because the thing about Fear the Walking Dead, like, I know it had its issues, but when you really focus on the first couple of seasons, it was so good, like so good. I wish that it had that still going for it. Like, that's one of the things The Walking Dead needs, is that it needs like a spinoff with like different characters that aren't connected with our current Walking Dead characters, because the spinoffs are awesome, but we have all these connections and we know the characters are eventually going to reunite and there's all of that. But like, I want another story with new characters and literally set it in 2010, like when the apocalypse happens. It could be maybe in Atlanta, or it could be anywhere. Honestly, just set it somewhere like very, very early on, because Fear the Walking Dead, like, the reason why people love those characters, and that's the thing I think you have to understand when you're looking at characters that when you start to really like and they become fan favorites, you start to really understand that The reason why is because you sort of see what happens when the apocalypse first happens. And like with Isabel, we got her backstory and we saw what happened to her when the apocalypse was first happening. And honestly, the first season gave us quite a bit of stuff with Isabel and her sister and everything. And all of that, all of what was happening there. And so we got a pretty big backstory for that character. And so I think that seeing characters just like, an original story set around that time. And even if the first seasons of that show are like, set around the time of 2010, 2011, that's totally fine. It'll be really exciting to think of like, well, when that show gets to a season 5, are they going to catch up with the timeline of like where we're at right now? And can some of these characters, I guess, meet these newer characters? Like, again, I think an original series where you have characters that are going to be amazing, like Strand and Nick and, Madison, Alicia, and like just all the characters from Fear the Walking Dead in the first season, like really great season. I love season 1 so much. So I hope they go back to something like that. I think that this new series or whatever, if it is something that they are filming, if it's something related to that anyways this summer, I'm praying it's an original series or maybe something Rick and Michonne related. I think that'd be really amazing. Anything else in terms of a spinoff with other characters from the Commonwealth or Alexandria, I'd be excited about it, but I think an original series or obviously Rick and Michonne coming back would be like the best thing to announce. I think there would be so much excitement because you see it everywhere. People want to be excited about The Walking Dead. Like I see it constantly. It's like, I want more shows. I want to watch something. I want some news, something. And so I don't like the way that it's been handled lately, but maybe there is a change happening right now because Dead City Season 2 has 8 episodes now, right? So you gotta wonder if there's actually some changes being made right now. So we'll have to wait and see, but definitely post your thoughts down below. Very interesting post here. I'm really interested in terms of what this could actually be if it is a new series and if it is Walking Dead related and it's happening this summer. I wonder if what they filmed earlier is related to a post-credit scene announcing this new show, which would happen in June. So it would be perfectly timed to like make the announcement then, and then they start filming then right away, right? So we'll have to wait and see, but definitely post your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.